Russell Nelson's story is one that echoes far beyond the ordinary, a tale woven with threads of triumph and tragedy, resilience and heartbreak. At 80 years old, the man who once stood as a beacon of hope and strength now carries a weight few can imagine. His journey is not just a biography, it is a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure, to survive, and to find meaning in the face of relentless loss. Born into a world that offered little comfort, Russell's early years were marked by hardship. Poverty was a constant companion, a shadow that stretched long over his childhood. Yet, even in those bleak beginnings, there was a spark, a fierce determination that refused to be extinguished. His family, though struggling, was bound by love and an unspoken promise to rise above their circumstances. It was this promise that would shape Russell's life, guiding him through storms that would have broken lesser souls. From a young age, Russell showed a rare talent for music, a gift that would become both his refuge and his salvation. The melodies he crafted were more than notes on a page. They were lifelines thrown into the turbulent sea of his existence. Music was the language through which he expressed pain, hope, and the unyielding desire to transcend his reality. It was in these early compositions that the seeds of his legacy were sown. But life, as it often does, was not kind. Tragedy struck early and often. A devastating accident in his childhood left scars that were both visible and invisible. The physical wounds healed, but the emotional ones lingered, shaping the man Russell would become. These scars became a silent testament to his resilience, a reminder that survival often comes at a cost far greater than the world sees. As Russell grew, so did his ambition. He poured himself into his craft with a relentless passion, determined to carve out a place in a world that seemed determined to keep him down. His music began to resonate beyond the confines of his small town, reaching ears and hearts far and wide. Yet, with every note of success came the harsh realities of fame, the loneliness, the pressure, and the sacrifices that often go unnoticed behind the curtain. The story of Russell Nelson is not just one of personal achievement, but also of profound loss. He outlived many of those he loved most, family members, close friends, and fellow musicians who had once shared the stage and the dream. Each loss was a blow that chipped away at his spirit, leaving behind a hollow space filled with memories and unanswered questions. The weight of being the last man standing in a circle of once vibrant voices is a burden few can comprehend. Despite the heartbreak, Russell's music never faltered. It became a vessel for his grief, a way to channel sorrow into something beautiful and enduring. His songs, rich with emotion and experience, continue to touch lives, reminding us all of the fragility and strength of the human heart. They are echoes of a life lived fully, with all its joys and sorrows intertwined. At 80, Russell Nelson's story is a poignant reminder that behind every legend lies a human being shaped by trials and triumphs alike. His legacy is not just in the notes he played or the songs he wrote, but in the courage he showed in facing life's darkest moments. It is a story that invites us to look beyond the surface, to see the man behind the music, and to honor the resilience that defines him. As we delve deeper into Russell's life, we uncover the layers of a man who has known both the heights of fame and the depths of despair. His journey is a mosaic of moments, some filled with light, others shadowed by loss, but all contributing to the portrait of a life that refuses to be forgotten. This is a story of survival, of love lost and found, and of a legacy that will endure long after the final note has been played. Before we continue, take a moment to reflect on the power of music to heal and to connect us across time and space. Russell Nelson's story is a testament to that power, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming tragedy, there is a melody that can carry us through. If his journey moves you, consider sharing your thoughts and leaving a tribute in the comments. A chorus of love and remembrance for a man whose music still lives within us all. Russell Nelson's early life was a tapestry, woven with threads of hardship and hope, a delicate balance between struggle and the promise of something greater. Born into a modest household, his family's means were limited, but their spirit was unbreakable. His parents, though burdened by the weight of financial strain, nurtured their children with unwavering love and a fierce determination to see them rise above their circumstances. It was in this environment of both scarcity and strength that Russell's character was forged. From the very beginning, music was more than a pastime for Russell. It was a lifeline. As a child, he found solace in the melodies that seemed to flow effortlessly from his fingertips. The piano in the corner of their small living room became his sanctuary, a place where the outside world's troubles faded into the background. His early compositions, though simple, carried the raw emotion of a boy who had seen too much pain for his years. Music was his voice when words failed him, a way to express the complex feelings that churned inside. Yet, life's challenges were relentless. When Russell was just 6 years old, a tragic accident changed the course of his life forever. A fire broke out in their home, leaving him with severe burns that would mark his body and soul. The physical scars were painful reminders of that day, but the emotional wounds ran deeper. The accident left him with a fragile sense of vulnerability, a constant reminder of how quickly life could change. His family rallied around him, their love a shield against the darkness that threatened to consume him. Despite the trauma, Russell's spirit remained unbroken. If anything, the accident ignited a fire within him, a determination to not only survive but to thrive. He threw himself into his music with renewed vigor, using it as a tool to heal and to connect. His talent blossomed, and by his teenage years, he was already captivating audiences with his soulful performances. But the path to success was far from smooth. The music industry, with all its glitter and glamour, was also a place of harsh realities. Russell quickly learned that talent alone was not enough. Behind the scenes, there were battles to be fought. Against exploitation, against self-doubt, and against the loneliness that often accompanies fame. He faced rejection and setbacks, moments when the dream seemed just out of reach. But each obstacle only strengthened his resolve. In his early 20s, Russell formed a band with a group of close friends, a brotherhood bound by a shared passion for music and a desire to make their mark. They played in small clubs and local venues, their sound raw and authentic, a reflection of their lives and struggles. The band's chemistry was undeniable, and their performances began to draw attention. Yet, as their popularity grew, so did the pressures that threatened to tear them apart. Fame brought with it a double-edged sword. On one hand, it opened doors to opportunities and recognition. On the other, it exposed the fractures within the group. Personal differences, creative conflicts, and the relentless demands of the industry created tension. Russell, as the band's leader and primary songwriter, often found himself caught in the middle, trying to hold the fragile unity together. The weight of responsibility was heavy, but he bore it with quiet strength. Tragedy struck again, when one of the band members, and Russell's closest friend, succumbed to a long battle with illness. The loss was devastating, a blow that shook the foundation of the group and left Russell grappling with grief and guilt. The music that once brought them together now felt like a painful reminder of what had been lost. Yet, in the depths of sorrow, Russell found a new source of inspiration. He began to write songs that were deeply personal, raw reflections of his pain and resilience. These compositions resonated with audiences in a way that his earlier work had not. People connected with the honesty and vulnerability in his music, finding solace in the shared experience of loss and survival. Russell's voice became a beacon for those navigating their own hardships, a reminder that even in darkness, there is light. As the years passed, Russell's career evolved. He ventured into solo projects, exploring new sounds and themes. His music matured, reflecting the complexities of a life lived with both joy and sorrow. He collaborated with other artists, lending his unique voice and perspective to a variety of genres. Through it all, his commitment to authenticity remained unwavering. But the personal toll of his journey was immense. Russell faced the heartbreak of losing more loved ones. Family members who had been his pillars of support, friends who had shared the highs and lows of his career. Each loss carved deeper into his soul, leaving scars that no music could fully heal. The loneliness of surviving those closest to him was a burden he carried silently, a shadow that followed him even in moments of triumph. Despite the pain, Russell never lost sight of the power of music to heal and to connect. He became an advocate for mental health awareness, using his platform to speak openly about grief, resilience, and the importance of seeking help. His story inspired countless others to confront their own struggles with courage and compassion. Now, at 80, Russell Nelson stands as a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. His life is a mosaic of triumphs and tragedies, a narrative that speaks to the universal experience of love, loss, and survival. His music continues to inspire new generations, a legacy built not just on talent, but on the profound honesty of his journey. As we continue to explore the depths of Russell's story, we uncover the moments that defined him, the heartbreaks that shaped his soul, the victories that lifted his spirit, and the unbreakable bonds that sustained him. This is a story that reminds us all that behind every legend is a human being, carrying scars both seen and unseen, and that true strength lies in the courage to keep going. Russell Nelson's journey through life is a profound testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a narrative marked by moments of soaring triumph and crushing heartbreak. As he moved into his 30s, the weight of his past and the pressures of his present converged in ways that tested his very core. The music that had once been his refuge now became a battleground where personal demons and public expectations clashed. By this time, Russell had achieved a level of fame that many only dream of. His songs were played on radios across the country, his albums climbed the charts, and his name became synonymous with a generation's soundtrack. Yet, behind the scenes, the cost of this success was mounting. The relentless touring, the endless studio sessions, and the constant scrutiny took a toll on his health and relationships. The man who had once found solace in music now found himself struggling to keep pace with the demands of stardom. The pressures of fame were compounded by the fractures within his personal life. Russell's marriage, once a source of stability and joy, began to unravel under the strain of his career. Long absences, missed milestones, and the emotional distance that fame often breeds created a chasm that neither could bridge. The love that had once seemed unbreakable was tested by the harsh realities of their lives, and eventually, the couple parted ways. The dissolution of his marriage was a private sorrow, one that Russell rarely spoke of publicly, but that left a lasting impact on his heart. Amid these personal struggles, tragedy struck again. The loss of his younger sister, a woman who had been a constant source of support and inspiration, sent Russell into a spiral of grief. Her passing was sudden and unexpected, a cruel reminder of life's fragility. For Russell, it was a blow that shook the very foundation of his world. The music that had once been his sanctuary now echoed with the silence of her absence. In the wake of this loss, Russell's music took on a new depth and poignancy. His songs became elegies for those he had lost, reflections on mortality, love, and the passage of time. Fans and critics alike recognized the evolution in his work, praising the raw honesty and emotional power that permeated his lyrics and melodies. Russell's ability to transform pain into art became his defining characteristic, a beacon for those navigating their own journeys through grief. Despite the darkness, Russell found moments of light. He reconnected with old friends and forged new relationships that brought joy and companionship into his life. He became a mentor to younger musicians, sharing his wisdom and experience with those just beginning their own paths. His generosity and kindness endeared him to many, and his influence extended far beyond the music industry. Yet, the shadows of loss continued to loom. The deaths of close friends and collaborators reminded Russell that survival often comes with a heavy price. Each farewell was a reminder of the impermanence of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. These experiences deepened his resolve to live fully and to honor the memories of those who had shaped his life. In his 40s and 50s, Russell faced new challenges. Health issues began to surface. The cumulative effects of years on the road and the stresses of his career manifesting in physical ailments. Arthritis crept into his joints, making it difficult to play the instruments that had been his lifelong companions. There were days when the pain was so intense that even holding a guitar seemed impossible. Yet, Russell's determination never wavered. He adapted, finding new ways to create and perform, refusing to let his body dictate the terms of his passion. During this period, Russell also became more introspective. He explored spirituality and mindfulness, seeking peace amid the chaos of his life. Meditation, nature walks, and quiet moments with family became essential to his well-being. These practices helped him navigate the complexities of aging and loss, providing a foundation of calm and acceptance. Russell's later albums reflected this inner journey. The music was more contemplative, infused with themes of healing, forgiveness, and hope. His voice, though weathered by time, carried a depth of emotion that resonated deeply with listeners. The authenticity of his work continued to draw new fans, while maintaining the loyalty of those who had followed him from the beginning. Family remained a central pillar in Russell's life. His children, now grown, became sources of pride and joy. He watched as they carved out their own paths, some following in his musical footsteps, others pursuing different dreams. The bonds he nurtured with them were a source of strength, a reminder that despite the losses and hardships, love endured. As Russell approached his 80s, the weight of his experiences was evident in both his demeanor and his art. He carried the scars of a life fully lived, scars that told stories of pain, perseverance, and profound love. His legacy was not just in the music he created, but in the lives he touched and the example he set. In recent years, Russell has become more selective about public appearances, choosing instead to focus on his health and family. Yet, when he does step into the spotlight, his presence commands attention. There is a quiet dignity in the way he carries himself, a testament to the battles fought and the wisdom gained. His story is a reminder that behind every public figure is a private human being, shaped by joys and sorrows, victories and defeats. Russell Nelson's life is a mosaic of these experiences, a narrative that speaks to the universal themes of resilience, love, and the enduring power of music. As we continue to explore his journey, we will delve into the moments that defined his later years, the challenges he faced, the triumphs he celebrated, and the legacy he continues to build. This is a story not just of a musician, but of a man who has weathered life's storms with grace and courage. As Russell Nelson entered his later years, the echoes of his past continued to shape his present, weaving a complex tapestry of memory, loss, and enduring hope. The man who had once captivated audiences with his powerful voice and heartfelt lyrics now faced the quiet challenges of aging, carrying with him the weight of decades marked by both extraordinary success and profound sorrow. One of the most poignant aspects of Russell's story is the way he has navigated the delicate balance between public life and private grief. While the world celebrated his achievements, few truly understood the depth of the personal losses he endured. The deaths of close family members, his beloved sister, dear friends, and fellow musicians left voids that no amount of applause could fill. Each loss was a reminder of the fragility of life and the preciousness of the bonds that sustain us. Despite these hardships, Russell's commitment to his craft never faltered. Music remained his sanctuary, a place where he could channel his emotions and connect with others on a profound level. Even as his hands grew stiff with arthritis and his voice softened with age, the passion that had driven him since childhood burned brightly. He adapted his style, embracing new ways to express himself and continuing to write songs that resonated with authenticity and heart. In recent years, Russell has taken on the role of elder statesman within the music community. His wisdom and experience have made him a sought-after mentor, guiding younger artists through the complexities of the industry and the emotional toll of creative life. He speaks openly about the importance of mental health, resilience, and the healing power of music, using his platform to inspire and uplift. Family has remained a cornerstone of Russell's life. His marriage to his second wife, Linda, has been a source of stability and joy, a testament to the possibility of love and renewal even after heartbreak. Together, they have built a home filled with warmth, laughter, and music, a sanctuary from the storms of the outside world. Their children and grandchildren bring light and energy, reminding Russell of the enduring cycle of life and the legacy he continues to nurture. Russell's health, while challenged by the inevitable effects of time, has not diminished his spirit. He maintains a routine of gentle exercise, meditation, and creative work that sustains him physically and emotionally. His mornings often begin with quiet walks along the shoreline, where the rhythm of the waves offers a soothing counterpoint to the complexities of his thoughts. These moments of solitude provide clarity and peace, grounding him in the present while honoring the past. The legacy Russell Nelson has built is multifaceted. Beyond the millions of records sold and the countless awards earned, his true impact lies in the emotional connections forged through his music. His songs have become anthems of resilience, love, and hope, testaments to the human capacity to endure and to find meaning in suffering. Fans across generations continue to find solace and inspiration in his work, a testament to its timelessness. In 2023, Russell was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at a prestigious music ceremony, a recognition not only of his artistic contributions, but also of his role as a beacon of strength and perseverance. Standing on that stage, he reflected on the journey that had brought him there, the triumphs and tragedies, the moments of doubt and the bursts of joy. His acceptance speech was a moving tribute to those who had supported him along the way, and a reminder that behind every success story lies a tapestry of struggle and sacrifice. Yet, even with such accolades, Russell remains humble. He often speaks of his music as a gift, one that he has been fortunate to share with the world. He acknowledges the pain that has shaped his life, but refuses to be defined by it. Instead, he chooses to focus on the beauty that can emerge from hardship. The connections forged, the lessons learned, and the hope that endures. Russell's story is also one of reconciliation and forgiveness. Over the years, he has mended relationships that were once fractured by misunderstandings and pride. These acts of healing have brought a sense of peace and closure, allowing him to embrace the present with an open heart. His journey reminds us that even in the face of deep wounds, there is always the possibility of renewal. As we look to the future, Russell continues to create. His latest projects explore themes of legacy, memory, and the passage of time, inviting listeners to reflect on their own lives and the stories they carry. He collaborates with artists from diverse backgrounds, blending genres and styles in ways that honor tradition while embracing innovation. This willingness to evolve speaks to his enduring relevance and his commitment to artistic growth. In quieter moments, Russell reflects on the lessons life has taught him. He speaks candidly about the importance of resilience, the ability to rise after falling, to find light in darkness, and to keep moving forward despite the odds. His story is a beacon for anyone facing adversity, a reminder that survival is not just about enduring, but about finding meaning and purpose in the journey. The tragedy that has marked Russell Nelson's life is undeniable, yet it is only one part of a larger narrative. His story is also one of love, creativity, and the unbreakable bonds that sustain us through life's storms. It is a story that resonates because it is deeply human, reflecting the complexities and contradictions that define us all. As we conclude this chapter of Russell's journey, we are reminded that his legacy is not just in the music he has made, but in the lives he has touched. His story invites us to look beyond the surface, to see the man behind the legend, and to honor the courage it takes to carry on when the world feels unbearably heavy. If Russell Nelson's story has moved you, consider sharing your thoughts and memories. Let us come together in a chorus of love and remembrance, celebrating a life that, despite its heartbreaks, continues to inspire and uplift. Because in the end, it is not just the music that endures, it is the spirit behind it. Russell Nelson's life, marked by both extraordinary achievements and profound personal losses, offers a powerful lesson in the resilience of the human spirit. As he moved through his 8th decade, the weight of his experiences became more apparent, not just in the lines etched on his face or the wariness in his voice, but in the quiet strength that defined his every action. His story is one of survival, not just in the physical sense, but in the emotional and spiritual realms as well. One of the most striking aspects of Russell's journey is how he transformed his pain into purpose. The tragedies that could have shattered him instead became the foundation for a legacy that transcends music. He used his platform to advocate for causes close to his heart, including mental health awareness and support for families affected by loss. His openness about his struggles helped break down stigmas and offered hope to countless individuals facing their own battles. Russell's philanthropic efforts have been as impactful as his musical contributions. Over the years, he has supported numerous charities and initiatives, often quietly and without seeking recognition. From funding music education programs for underprivileged youth to contributing to research on chronic illnesses, his generosity reflects a deep commitment to giving back. These acts of kindness have endeared him to fans and peers alike, painting a picture of a man whose compassion matches his talent. Despite the challenges of aging, Russell remains creatively vibrant. His recent work explores themes of legacy and memory, inviting listeners to contemplate the passage of time and the importance of cherishing every moment. These songs carry a reflective tone, blending melancholy with hope, and showcase his ability to evolve as an artist while staying true to his roots. His music continues to resonate, bridging generations and reminding us all of the enduring power of song. Russell's relationship with his family has been a source of profound joy and comfort. His children and grandchildren have become integral parts of his life, filling his home with laughter and love. He often speaks of the pride he feels watching them grow and pursue their own dreams, some following in his musical footsteps, others forging new paths. The family gatherings, filled with music and stories, serve as a testament to the bonds that have sustained him through life's trials. In recent interviews, Russell has reflected candidly on the lessons he has learned. He emphasizes the importance of forgiveness, both of others and oneself, as a key to healing. He speaks about the necessity of embracing vulnerability and the courage it takes to ask for help. These insights, born from decades of experience, offer guidance not only to aspiring artists, but to anyone navigating the complexities of life. Russell's health, while challenged by the inevitable effects of time, has not diminished his zest for life. He maintains a balanced routine that includes physical therapy, meditation, and creative work. His mornings often begin with quiet reflection, a practice that helps him center himself and face the day with gratitude. These rituals, though simple, have become vital tools in managing the physical and emotional demands of aging. The music community continues to honor Russell's contributions. Tributes and retrospectives celebrate his influence on generations of artists and fans. Documentaries and biopics explore his life story, highlighting not only his artistic achievements, but also the personal struggles that shaped him. These projects serve to preserve his legacy and introduce his work to new audiences, ensuring that his impact endures. Russell's story also underscores the complex relationship between fame and personal identity. He has spoken openly about the challenges of maintaining a sense of self amid public scrutiny and the pressures of celebrity. The contrast between the man on stage and the man behind the scenes is stark, revealing the sacrifices often hidden from view. His journey invites us to consider the humanity behind the headlines and the importance of empathy. As Russell reflects on his life, he often returns to the theme of gratitude. Despite the hardships, he acknowledges the blessings, the love of family, the gift of music, and the support of fans. This perspective has been a source of resilience, helping him to find peace amid the inevitable losses. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is light to be found. Looking ahead, Russell remains committed to his craft and his family. He continues to write and record, driven by a passion that has never waned. His recent collaborations with younger artists demonstrate his openness to new ideas and his desire to remain relevant in a changing musical landscape. This willingness to adapt speaks to his enduring spirit and his belief in the transformative power of music. Russell Nelson's life is a mosaic of contrasts: joy and sorrow, fame and solitude, strength and vulnerability. It is a story that resonates because it is deeply human, reflecting the complexities and contradictions that define us all. His journey teaches us that survival is not just about enduring hardship, but about finding meaning and connection in the face of adversity. As we bring this chapter of Russell's story to a close, we are reminded that his legacy is not only in the music he created, but in the lives he touched and the example he set. His story invites us to look beyond the surface, to see the man behind the legend, and to honor the courage it takes to carry on when the world feels unbearably heavy. If Russell Nelson's story has moved you, consider sharing your thoughts and memories. Let us come together in a chorus of love and remembrance, celebrating a life that, despite its heartbreaks, continues to inspire and uplift. Because in the end, it is not just the music that endures, it is the spirit behind it. As Russell Nelson approached his 9th decade, the weight of his journey was visible not only in his physical presence, but in the quiet wisdom that radiated from him. His life, a tapestry of soaring highs and devastating lows, had shaped a man who understood the fragile beauty of existence better than most. At 80, Russell was no longer just a musician or a public figure. He was a living testament to endurance, a symbol of how the human spirit can persist through unimaginable trials. One of the most compelling aspects of Russell's story is the way he has embraced vulnerability as a source of strength. In a world that often equates toughness with silence, Russell's openness about his struggles, grief, loneliness, and the toll of fame has been both courageous and healing. He has spoken candidly about the nights spent wrestling with despair, the moments when the weight of loss seemed unbearable, and the slow, painful process of rebuilding a life shattered by tragedy. This honesty has resonated deeply with fans and fellow artists alike. It has fostered a sense of connection that transcends generations, reminding us all that behind the spotlight is a person grappling with the same fears and hopes that define the human experience. Russell's willingness to share his story has helped break down barriers, encouraging others to seek help and to find solace in community. Despite the hardships, Russell's creative flame continues to burn brightly. His recent works reflect a maturity and depth that only decades of experience can bring. Themes of redemption, forgiveness, and the search for peace permeate his music, offering listeners a roadmap through their own struggles. His voice, though softened by time, carries a resonance that speaks to the soul, a reminder that true artistry is not about perfection, but about authenticity. Russell's relationship with his wife, Linda, remains a cornerstone of his life. Their partnership, forged through years of shared joys and sorrows, exemplifies the power of steadfast love. Linda's unwavering support has been a source of strength, helping Russell navigate the complexities of aging and loss. Together, they have created a sanctuary where music, family, and love intertwine, providing a refuge from the world's chaos. Family gatherings at their home are filled with warmth and laughter, a stark contrast to the solitude that has marked much of Russell's life. His children and grandchildren bring vitality and hope, bridging the past and the future. Watching them grow and thrive has been one of Russell's greatest joys, a reminder that life's legacy is carried forward not just in songs, but in the hearts of those we love. Health challenges remain a reality, but Russell faces them with grace and determination. Arthritis and other ailments have limited his physical abilities, yet he refuses to let these obstacles define him. Adaptation has become a theme in his later years, finding new ways to create, to connect, and to inspire. His home studio, filled with instruments and memories, remains a place of refuge and creativity. Russell's influence extends beyond his own music. He has become a mentor and advocate, using his platform to support emerging artists and to promote mental health awareness. His story serves as a beacon, illuminating the path for those who struggle with the pressures of fame and the pain of personal loss. Through workshops, interviews, and charitable work, Russell continues to give back, embodying the spirit of generosity that has defined his life. The music industry has recognized Russell's enduring contributions with numerous honors and tributes. These accolades, while meaningful, are secondary to the impact he has had on individuals. Fans often share stories of how his songs helped them through difficult times, how his voice became a companion in loneliness, and how his resilience inspired them to keep going. This personal connection is perhaps Russell's greatest legacy. As Russell reflects on his life, he often speaks of the importance of gratitude. Despite the hardships, he acknowledges the blessings, the love of family, the gift of music, and the support of a devoted fan base. This perspective has been a source of strength, helping him to find peace amid the inevitable losses. His story reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. Looking forward, Russell remains engaged with his craft and community. He continues to write and record, driven by a passion that has never waned. His collaborations with younger musicians demonstrate his openness to new ideas and his desire to remain relevant in a changing musical landscape. This willingness to evolve speaks to his enduring spirit and his belief in the transformative power of music. Russell Nelson's life is a mosaic of contrasts: joy and sorrow, fame and solitude, strength and vulnerability. It is a story that resonates because it is deeply human, reflecting the complexities and contradictions that define us all. His journey teaches us that survival is not just about enduring hardship, but about finding meaning and connection in the face of adversity. As we close this chapter of Russell's story, we are reminded that his legacy is not only in the music he created, but in the lives he touched and the example he set. His story invites us to look beyond the surface, to see the man behind the legend, and to honor the courage it takes to carry on when the world feels unbearably heavy. If Russell Nelson's story has moved you, consider sharing your thoughts and memories. Let us come together in a chorus of love and remembrance, celebrating a life that, despite its heartbreaks, continues to inspire and uplift. Because in the end, it is not just the music that endures, it is the spirit behind it.